don't bend over.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Sports Scoop Coaches Show. Joining me is the Pirate, Ted Hammond.
That's what I am.
And a special guest,
Gorilla. Gora was watching last week. He saw this old guy in place of me, and he said, that's my relative. Hey, if I got to go and see him. He shows up today. Who doesn't show up today?
the guy next to me last week did look a lot older than you.
He really did.
Yeah,
Gosh.
yeah,
You know, they always say TV adds 10 pounds.
Yep.
Looked to me like it added 10 years to him. Jeez. Take that, Have.
Well, let's get into it, Teddy, and we've got a state champion to talk about. We can't put football ahead of volleyball today.
I'm going to go with my song right away.
Okay.
Yo ho, the Bucks are state champs. Yo ho, the Bucks are state champs. That's right out of the Pirates of the Caribbean. If you've ever been on that ride there at Disney World or Disneyland, there you go.
And if you can't figure it out from that, what we're talking about is Waterville Elysian Morristown Buccaneer volleyball team, the first female state championship in WEM history. The Bucks won the Class A state title, and an interesting point, Teddy. They finished 34-3, and they won their last 18. But their 3 losses, they avenged all 3 of them. They beat Mayor Lutheran to get the state, and then they beat Tracy in the semis, and they beat Almighty Faribault BA for the championship 3-2.
Just pretend this here fella here is Cinderella, because that is Cinderella story right there. It is a great story.
Great balances also, as usual for the Bucks. They had 4 people with 12 or more kills against BA.
Unbelievable.
And that must have been a great match because WEM won the first 2 kind of easily. FBA comes back and wins 2 in a row by 25-23. And it's 13-13 in the decider, and the Bucks get 2 points.
Well, it's 13-12. BA was ahead.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, I got my paper today. You did.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. I'm lost. Quick Trip Free Press wasn't in. I'm lost.
I think Dominovsky had a stuff at the end. She just put her straight down at their feet, and they go in this nice block, and they showed it on TV. They had some highlights. But Crystal Lamont, what a great job she did. And she said she'd never beaten BA before. And then her quote was, "I thought it would have happened sooner." So, I mean, when you got an attitude like that with the girls, sooner or later you're going to get them. Yeah. And they got them.
Franz Bolter and BA have won 7 state titles.
Isn't that amazing?
So that's quite a feat to knock them off.
He's the ultimate coach for girls volleyball at Class A.
I know Crystal and the Bucks have been building for this year, but you can't ever, imagine something like this. But they did have 8 seniors. I know Cameron Kendall and Kate Mossberg and Rhiannon Harmon all made the all-tournament team.
Yeah.
What a fantastic season. And
they're not done.
Crystal, it won't be the season next year.
No. But she's got some studs coming back.
Yeah,
so
you bet.
They don't have to reload. They just keep on going.
Just for interested volleyball people, the other 2 classes, Egan won the big class title, and Belle Plaine, neighboring Belle Plaine, who's always good in volleyball, they won the AA title.
And that was their first state title. I didn't realize that. I thought they had that Casey Wolpern, and they had some really studs there back in the old days. I don't know why I'm calling girls studs, but
they get there a lot, but
they
have not won it.
No, but they finally did. That monkey out. They got that monkey off their back too.
Hats off to the Bucks and the Pirates and whatever they are.
And now our props are really inexpensive around here. So this was supposed to have been like a Pirates like a kerchief or whatever.
But Kenny wasn't up, so there's no way you were going to tie that.
And then the blindfold here, that comes off some package I had on an airplane flight that he wanted to sleep on it or something. But let's get back to normal. Okay.
Put the map back.
Friday and Saturday, Teddy, we wrapped up the high school football seasons with Prep Bowl.
Yes, we did.
4 games on Friday and 3 on Saturday, and let's just take them from small to big. 9-man, powerful Grand Meadow, 3rd straight championship, defeated Underwood 34-20. The Super Larks have now won 36 straight games.
Isn't that amazing? Well, wait till you get to Minneota.
Minneota in Class A defeated Gopher recruit Tyler Johnson in Minneapolis North 35-18. Word had it on the broadcast that the Gophers have already told Mr. Johnson he's going to be a defensive back they might want to look at that, the
Yeah.
way he can run the ball. Holy mackerel, he is something. 2 straight championships for Minnesota. And how about this, Teddy? You go into the game and you lose your top ball carrier in the first quarter who's ran for over 2,000 yards. Little brother sophomore comes in and runs for over 100 yards.
Oh, man.
The Hammond boys.
I tell you what, I'm a softie for stories like that.
Yep.
I was crying at the end of the game when the two brothers are hugging each other,
Yep.
and they're both just crying.
Yep.
The one injured, and the other one is only a sophomore, so he's back a couple more years. But that was a touching. Oh God, what a great game.
Double A, Caledonia might have been one of the most impressive teams in the entire field. They beat Pipestone 40-0. They have a sophomore quarterback named Owen King for Caledonia that they've already touted him a great quarterback, and I guess he's quite a sharpshooter in basketball as well. So. And they said there's a number of King brothers coming. So Caledonia, another undefeated year. He passed for over 200 yards as a sophomore in a title game. So,
and a shutout.
Yeah, and a shutout defensively. AAA Piers beat Jackson 29-8 to cap an undefeated season. They look very good as well.
I can remember a long time ago as freshman coach, we played Jackson County Central freshman team. And they took us to the woodshed, and I'm thinking they just got a program down there.
Yeah,
and
they do.
They got the finals. You got to give them credit.
Piers' nickname?
Healy.
Pioneers. In 4A, Becker defeats South St. Paul 35-14, and they were really pretty dominant in that game.
Yep. There used to be a show on TV called Becker. You remember that show?
Yep.
Ted Danson? I like that show.
Second straight state title in a row for the Becker team, and 25 straight wins they have.
Yep. Well, I think when you're talking about Minnesota, they're 35-1 the last 3 years.
They were either second or third consecutive games now, behind Caledonia.
All right.
In 5A, St. Michael 28, St. Thomas 21. One of the most exciting close games. That was really, those two teams were even.
Yep. And West could have just easily been there rather than St. Michael. So West didn't get beat by any Patsy.
St. Michael seems to be up there an awful lot, and that was their first state title ever in football. And the big schools, great game on Friday night. Osseo 14, Eastridge 13. Osseo scored in the final 25 seconds, and Ted and I were talking a little off the air. They just didn't panic. They got the ball, and they kept running the jet sweeps with their mini bat.
They went like on a 21 play drive or something with time running out. They didn't panic at all. They just kept running out of bounds, stopped the clock, and kept running that sweep.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, bam, and over with.
The first 5 schools were all undefeated. St. Michael had 1 loss for the year, and Osseo won a state championship with 3 losses. They lost all 3 right in a row in the middle of the season.
What's their nickname?
Osseo Orioles.
Very good. Yeah, just double checking.
They're a little, well, at least he looked a little on TV. That running back carried the ball 43 times
Isn't
in
that
that
amazing?
game. Yeah.
Wow. You're right, he's little.
Yep. That kind of wraps up our fall season now, Teddy. We're
See ya.
full blast into winter.
Okay, bring it on. Let's go. Bring it on, Buckets.
We got to talk a little Waseca girls hockey because they're the only school that's had games so far.
Yep.
The Jays had 2 last week. They lost to Mankato West 10-4 in the opener, and then yesterday they were up at Minnehaha Academy and scored 4 goals in the third period and beat Minnehaha 5-4. So they're off to a 1-1 start.
Little giggle.
Yep.
Okay.
Kyle, I know, has a young team again, but he's kind of optimistic. Right now, they're missing their top goalie.
Really?
So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
They've only got, 2 seniors on the squad?
2 or 3, yeah.
Maddie Knoll and Anna Hain?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. They will be in action Tuesday when Albert Lee comes to town. And Teddy, I thought we could start a little, now we should mention girls basketball and wrestling have not started even yet.
Nope.
They start practice tomorrow.
Yep.
But the rest have started, and I thought we could do a little quick preview on the boys basketball seasons because we're coming off a really, really good year in the area.
Oh, yeah.
Only 1 team was below 500.
You're
So
right.
let's start with the Bulldogs. Teddy,
Okay.
you finished 13-15 last year. You lost your size.
Yep.
And you open up this weekend now, don't
Already
you? At Madelia?
Yep, we got a tournament.
Okay.
So, like a preseason tournament. We have the, what is it now? Grenada, Huntley, East Chain, Truman, Martin Luther.
Yeah.
Okay. They're in the tournament. And we got Alden Conger, us, and Madelia. And usually we just kind of rotate, but unfortunately, we're all in the same conference, so it's going to be, double up with somebody. Last year we ended up playing Alden in the tournament. The next week we played them again regular season, so that didn't go real well. But we open up with Alden. We already got the matchups for this Friday. We go down there. And then we go with Saturday, we go to East Chain. And for those of you who don't know where East Chain is, I don't either. Okay, so it's a gym in the middle of the country. It's like an elementary school.
I don't either, but we used to rep down there.
Okay.
We made that out, and somehow we'd find that gym out in the middle of nowhere.
I give you stories about how we got lost. Bob Poyle, bless his heart, he's passed on, but he's my bus driver, and we got lost, and we went up, and it looked like a general store in the middle of the country, so I just thought, this has got to be, general store. So I walk in, it's the guy's house, okay? He's laying on the couch, and if he had a gun, he would have shot me. There's cats coming at me, and I said, I thought this is kind of like a general store. And, well, it used to be. He said, I bought it. Okay. He said, let me guess, you're looking for East Chain. I said, yeah. He says, you looking for that gym? Yeah. So he gave me directions. We got there. But, oh, man, you don't get there from here. So we got there, and it's really cool because Grenada Huntley won a state championship before they merged with all these other schools. And you walk in, and everything is a big headline from the state champ paper and everything else. And it's a goofy place to go, but that's where we go on Saturday. And obviously we don't know where we're going to play because winners play and losers play. So it'll be interesting for us. Good test for us. We lost 9 seniors from last year's team. Had a scrimmage yesterday at New Ulm Cathedral. They went deep in the playoffs in football, and they got some D1. He's going to sign with. He already did sign with the Gophers as a pitcher, and the guy's a real deal. He's an athlete, and so I can't remember his name. He's going to have shoulder surgery right after Christmas, so he's going to play basketball till then. He's shooting threes and he's rebounding, and he's unbelievable. So we had a good test there. We found out that rebounding is going to be our weakness. We have really no size this year, so every guy's going to have to take a body and at least hold their position, not get pushed under the basket. We looked really good in our guard play. We got depth galore in guards. Unfortunately, our bigs are not that many there. So I've got 11 out right now. We got 8 juniors that are going to contribute right away. That's going to be fun. And we're going to go up and down the court. We're probably going to have to press a lot just to wear the other team down. And we can fast break. We got some good 3-point shooters. I went to a new offense that's just 5 guys out. And if you can penetrate, fine. If you can't, you pass and dish and screen. And we're going to create all kinds of havoc. So I was impressed with the scrimmage yesterday for our hustle, our desire. Just going to have to shore up the rebounding this year, and I think we'll be just fine.
Can we score inside, and can we stop people from scoring inside?
You just have a question there that I can't answer.
Well, I'm sure that's your concern.
Well, yeah, it's my big concern. And time will tell. But we got some rugged guys. Alex Jolstad, for those of you who remember from football, he's a rugged player. And we got Andrew King for a little bit of height inside. He's about 6'3". Then we got a Carter Quast. Carter's going to be a sleeper for us. He's coming on strong, and we just got to get some more weight, a little more stronger in the middle. Guards, like I said, I got the 3 seniors back. We got Brandon Sack and Jordan Sack. Jeremiah Sack. Jordan was his older brother. Those 2 are cousins. They're not brothers. And then there's a Walker Miller, and the 3 of them are nice continue to start with. And then I'll be coming off the bench with probably Josh Janicki, another little good point guard coming in. We got Tommy Gannon, running back. He's tougher and snot out there in defense and offense. He's going to be our assist leader. I can see it right now. So I can go 8 deep, no problem. We'll see what happens. We got a Clayball. Levi Clayball is a relation to Jacob Clayball here in Waseca. It's looking like, depths will be pretty good. You got, let's see, Corbin Burley, another quick little guard, gun down and shoot the ball. So it'd be fun. We'll see what happens.
Friday, Saturday, the Bulldogs open up on the road.
Well, our first 7 games are on the road.
Oh, man.
At least we got one at home.
Who did that scheduling?
Jeff Adams. But I'd like Jeff. He's a great guy.
NRHEG, the other schools in the area had super years, I think, last year.
Unbelievable.
NRHEG 23-5 last season, and I really don't know what they've got coming back. I know their B squad was fairly good.
It was.
Record-wise.
Yep.
They lost a lot of their big people on the varsity.
I think Spencer Tollison is going to be the big one they're going to miss, obviously.
And the big guy in the middle.
Yeah, the aircraft carrier.
Yep. I know John Cole is back. He's about 6'5", but very slender.
Uh-huh.
So I guess we'll just wait and see on the Panthers.
They'll be in that in your shorts man-to-man defense,
Yep.
so they won't be out any games.
Saturday they head to Redwood Valley for their opener.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice drive.
WEM, Jeff Wagner's crew, 19-9 a year ago, just missed out on 20 wins. Of course, they have the aircraft carrier back this year as a junior, the Olsen kid,
Yep.
that can go underneath or step out and hurt you any way you let him.
He's a smooth player.
I know the Panthers, or the Bucks now, did lose Cole Pope, the peppery little guard. I see him and Tristan Kroll are both on the Bethany basketball team this year, trying to earn some playing time.
That'd be interesting to see how they do.
Yeah. The Bucks, of course, talk about in your short defense, and there'll be a team that'll do that, and I'm sure they'll be centered around Mr. Olsen, but you got to have more than that.
Every breath you take, they're going to be right in your shorts. Jeez.
The Waseca Blue Jays, 23-5 a year ago, and they've been something like 47-8 the last 2 years. And of course, this is Nick Dufault's final year now, and if nothing happens, injury-wise or anything, he will be the leading scorer in Waseca history because he needs less than 300 points.
Right.
And he will do that. The Jays, I think, Teddy, may have the same question marks that you have on a maybe a little lesser basis because they do have a couple of 6'5", 6'6" kids, but they aren't. Jake Guzzi will be the primary man in the middle, I think, because he's a little more physical. Yeah,
I look up to him every time I see him.
People told me he is shooting up.
Yep.
And of course, Elijah Carter's back, and he needs to get more physical. But the Jays may go with I think we may see some 4 perimeter with Waseca this year, putting Jake in the middle, and they'll have Elijah and probably Dakota Williamson coming in off the bench up front. But you'll see Nick Dufault, probably Cole Strike, Caleb Nelson. There was a Schumacher kid that was just a freshman last year. They'll have some perimeter players too, and their questions will be the same as the Bulldogs. Can we score inside? Can we stop people inside? And can we hold our own on the boards?
That's going to be a key. Our motto is over at JWP, what the doctor ordered. The doctor's going to be defense and rebounds. So the doctor's got to have defense and rebounds.
Yeah. So it's fun, and we're just speculating. Of course, Teddy's given a first view synopsis here. These other 3 teams, we're just guessing because we have seen nothing yet. The Jays will open Friday night at home. Tri-City United comes to town. So kind of fun, Prep Bowl gets done and you're into basketball without any...
And Tri-City had a pretty good team last year. See, when you're talking these teams all around the area, we had to play all those teams last year, and had we had a different non-conference schedule, we would have been easily over 500, but we...
Yeah, you played NR, Waterville, Waseca, don't you?
Yeah, yep. It was like the old days, still with a lot of Gopher Conference teams we play. We get, I kind of like the old Gopher Conference. It's fine being in the Valley Conference, but the Gopher still has a soft spot in my heart.
Sure. Well, let's move on to the big time, Teddy. And, of course, MSU Mankato, the football team, they finished up the regular season 42-14 over Wayne State, 10-1. And now they wait to see their fate in the playoffs.
Yeah. They just hadn't lost to Winona State. I mean, really. Okay. No, did you see the stats at all yesterday about?
Well, I saw Ricky Lloyd had something like 18 out of 26 the first half.
Yeah, he was passed for 3 and ran for 2, and Piracuni didn't play. He was injured. Okay, last week, and so in 3 weeks he had. I don't know what Piracuni go off for. They were doing about the same thing. So what a luxury to have going into the playoffs to have 2 quarterbacks, and Piracuni should be healthy. Yeah. So if one can't do the job, just you got the sub coming in, and it'd be like the Kansas City bullpen. Jeez.
Darn right. The MSU basketball team got underway already this weekend, Teddy, and they split a pair of games down in Missouri. Mm-hmm. So that was fun to watch them.
I think they lost the first one to Tuma State or somebody by 3 or whatever, but. Morgenthaler, he'll get him. And we got some. I can't remember what the one guy's name is. Snoop or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, nothing else has some creative names on the team.
Well, I'll tell you, MSU Mankato. You talk about being on a roll for sports the last 4 or 5 years. It just seems like everything They are very, very good.
Yeah,
in
I
it.
think their soccer team was rated number 1
Women,
most of the
yeah,
season.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know it.
Jeez.
The Gusties, as we predicted,
Oh,
Teddy.
Lord. Lord,
What
Lord,
did they
Lord.
start out 6-0?
Yeah.
They finished 7-3, and yesterday they had St. Thomas, who's
Oh.
ranked 4th nationally, come to Gustavus 66-9. The Tommies must be loaded again.
Oh, remember any famous linebackers, number 66? Packers?
Was that Nitschke?
Yep, very good. Ray Nitschke, number 66.
Always pushing
Boy.
me, aren't you? Just always trying to sneak one by.
Boy, 66, that's a lot of points. Jeez.
The men's basketball team at Gustavus, they lost their opener in a close game. We kind of like keep an eye on Gusty and Mankato because you hope some kids from the area make it, but
That's some aspirations.
they're getting to be so it's not even close to southern Minnesota. They're out of state now. But Grant Pope is on the MSU team. Hope Grant can get a little more playing time this year.
Well, he's got that size factor against him, but
yeah, he's
hey,
fighting it. But
talk about a heart.
yeah, you bet. The Gophers, Teddy. 4-6, and Mr. Doughboy signed the contract.
That's not nice. Okay. He said, don't call him Doughboy
Don't
anymore.
call it.
Okay.
Okay. The Gophers lost to undefeated Iowa 40-35 down in Hawkeye City last night.
You know, you look at their last 3 games, okay, they could have beaten, maybe they should have beaten Michigan. Ohio State, they gave them a run last week, and this week with Iowa, I mean, that's a brutal 3-game schedule in there, and they were competitive in all 3.
Yeah.
You don't get any points for it, you don't
No.
get any wins for it, but, jeez, that's a brutal stretch.
Close, just not there.
Yeah.
Now I kind of wonder because that defense had such a buildup at the start of the year, and I don't think the defense is playing very well right now.
No, Iowa did what they wanted to yesterday.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
The Gophers now are 4-6. They have to win both games to even get in a bowl of any sort. Next week they have Illinois at home, which they should win.
I don't know, Illinois.
Well, no, it's not a gimme, but I mean, they'll probably be the favorite
Yep.
at home, and then they'll have Wisconsin in the finale. So, tough row for the Gophers to even get a playoff game.
I was watching Nebraska, and Nebraska upset Michigan State. Now they got a shot at it. And they beat Rutgers yesterday, so they're 5-6. They might get a toilet bowl somewhere, but you know, they put so much emphasis on a bowl for 6 wins.
Yep.
And well, you've seen what we get for bowls and 6 wins.
The only thing you get is you get about 3 extra weeks to practice for the next year.
They said you get 20 more practices, basically.
Yeah.
So.
Teddy, I know you'll be proud of me last night because I did this for you because I was sure you'd test me on it today, but evidently you were tired too. So
I had a scrimmage yesterday, okay?
About 12:15, I'm thinking, gee, I'm pretty tired. Maybe I should go to bed early tonight. And then there's UCLA playing Washington State, and oh my gosh, well, it's so close now, and I know Teddy will say, you stay up and watch that game? 1:35 it finished, Teddy.
Oh my God.
Washington State knocks off UCLA on the last play of the game.
And who's the coach of Washington State?
Oh, that is old, oh gosh. Go ahead.
I don't remember.
I know him.
Was he the old
I
coach
like
that
him.
they got fired at Texas A&M? Who was the guy that did the air show? He got, well, maybe he's at, I don't know, I thought it was Washington State.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
Any idea?
Drawing a blank right now.
Geez, that's terrible. We
Let me
had
get on the computer.
2 senior moments at the same time.
And then on the other channel, Teddy, it was Utah and Arizona.
Did Utah win?
Arizona knocks off Utah. So there's 2 top 10 teams after 12:30 at night are getting beat, and I had to stay up and watch that.
Oh, Lord.
Because I was sure you'd ask me on one of them.
Well, the coach from Washington State is going to really bug me.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know it too.
Okay. Well, folks, if anybody out there, call in. Andy's got his number. His line's open, okay?
Well, let's talk quickly Vikes in Green Bay, and the
Yep.
Pack are coming off 2 straight losses, and guess what, Teddy?
Yeah.
Green Bay and the Vikes, 6-2, both of them.
You know, everybody's saying it was 6-0 at
Lee
the
Kent.
No.
Washington State.
No. I think it's Mike Leaf or something
I
like
think
that.
you're right, or Leach.
Leach. Yep.
Yep. I think that was the old
That's
guy.
it.
He got fired on A&M or somewhere, and then he ended up there. Had some recruiting problems or something.
Packers lost
Okay.
to Carolina. My
Yeah.
wife was so mad she had to go to the boathouse to watch it, and she was home at halftime, and I said, "You're going to be sorry."
And by God, Rogers finally got his act together in the fourth quarter, but then he missed a wide open receiver that would have could have gone into overtime. But hey, at least they've righted the ship a little bit. But they never, when they're 6-0, I said that defense, that Dom Capers defense, I'm not sold on it, and everybody thinks it's such a great defense. But you know, Clay Matthews, yeah, he makes some plays. But they've lost Sam Shields in the secondary, and they're suspect.
Well,
and Cam Newton really exploited them.
I listened to the Packer Report on the way here this morning,
Right.
and Mr. Cheesehead, the guy Sinekin, he said, what really bothers me is our defense was just attacking people to start the year, and now they're not. They're just
Like I
sitting
said,
back. We're putting no pressure on anymore.
I just don't have that much faith in the Capers.
Yeah.
But you know, Aaron Rodgers, that Denver game, I don't think I'd ever see anything like that. With
No.
his, what, 77
I've
yards?
never seen him
I mean,
control like that.
That's a quarter for him,
Yeah.
you know, but unreal.
The Pack can get healthy today when helpless Detroit comes to Lambeau.
Hopefully.
The Vikes 6-2, and they escaped. Christmas came early once again last week. That's about 3 times Christmas has already come for the Vikes.
Well, you know what's fun is watching Blair Walsh out at the beginning of the season and preseason.
Oh, they
Just
wanted
all
to
those
ship
kids.
him
Oh
out,
yeah,
didn't
get
they?
rid of that guy. Get rid of that guy. Now he's
14 in a row.
yeah.
The Vikes beat St. Louis 21-18 in overtime. They head out to Oakland today, and if the Vikes win and Green Bay win, they meet next week
Yep, they're
for
gonna meet.
first place.
They're gonna meet twice in about what, 4 weeks or
Yeah,
3 weeks?
something like that.
Yeah.
Yep. So kind of fun.
It is.
At least-
At least you know the Packers have been used to winning the division
Yep.
without too much trouble, and finally we got a race.
You like- yeah.
I like races.
I do too.
I don't like runaways.
The Wolves, Teddy, 4-5 overall, and
Can you believe that?
they still haven't won a game at home. They had a 1-3 week, and they're winless on their home court.
It doesn't help that Rubio's sitting out and he's playing so well.
I'm about ready
But
to
I
ship
know.
Rubio and Pekovic both. Why pay them? They never play.
There must be some senior citizen home they can go to somewhere and get
Pekovic, this is
2
ridiculous.
minutes.
Pekovic is ridiculous.
Yeah.
How much he
Oh,
misses.
Tyus Jones got in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
And
got in a few mop-ups.
got a point.
Yeah.
With Rubio out and looked all right on defense till he got burned. You got a 2-minute warning from Andy. Okay.
We'll go quick.
Okay. What I was going to say was they've won, 3 games on the road? 4 games
Four.
on the road. Unbelievable.
Yep. They play today. Memphis comes to town.
Okay. Agrees.
And the Minnesota Wild, Teddy.
Yep.
Your new favorite team. They went 1-2 for the week, and they don't even get a loss for the one that they lost.
Lost last night.
They defeated Winnipeg, they defeated Carolina, and last night they lost to Dallas 3-2 in OT. And I loved it. I love that 3-on-3 overtime now.
That is
I
fun.
really do.
That is fun.
It's just back and forth, and whoever knocks
2-on-1,
in
2-on-1,
first.
2-on-1,
Yeah.
2-on-1, 2-on,
It's
nobody.
great.
Yeah.
The Wild play at Pittsburgh on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And congratulations once again to those WEM volleyball team state champs, and Grant and Trudy, 9 days to go before
Yo.
the Twins come.
Oh boy.
Oh, Lord.
November 24th, everyone. It'll be a holiday. The Berg Twins will be arriving.
It'll be Thanksgiving, baby. Thanksgiving all the way around. Yo ho, Pirates life for me.
Mike Leach is the coach of
Mike Leach.
That's
there
we
it is,
we
yeah.
got it right. The two of us, we finally got to it. Okay.
Thanks to Stephen Hudson Anderson
Yo ho,
for producing
yo
this
ho.
week's show.
The Bucks
Thanks
are state
to
champs.
Teddy Pirate Hammond
Yo.
and his good buddy from LeSueur.
See ya, Gore.
And thanks to you for watching. Hopefully we'll see you all next week.